Hey there guys, CrossFlux here, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Metroid Zero Mission. In the last episode, we were introduced to our character of Samus as she landed on the planet Zebes in hopes of stopping the space pirate menace that's threatening the entire galaxy, really. They've made their base on the planet here, and so we were sent in by the Galactic Federation to put a stop to their efforts. So, let's see. Right off the bat here, we're able to head back to previous areas. I'm going to use more missiles a little bit more liberally since I have more at my disposal, since we've got a few missile tanks under our belts. One thing Metroid series is known for is having well-hidden secrets. And so, this is one of them. As even though the ground didn't really seem to indicate that it was destructible by any means, if you throw a bomb down here, you can access this hidden little area down below. And doing exactly what I just did, by hugging the wall to the right here, shooting out some of the flies so that they don't mess with you too much, you can reach another missile tank. So, not too shabby. Let's see, shoot that, hop up here, shoot that, and hop up there. Alright. So, those flies are definitely annoying. But we won't have to worry about them for too long, as they tend to hang out near these upper areas of Brinstar only. So let's see, where else can we go? Technically our mission says that we should head down below to Norfair, but there's actually another few things that we can get by heading further up this vertical shaft here. So I'm going to do that just now. So climbing up the tower. Rise, chosen one, rise! I believe I made this joke already in my Teslagrad Let's Play, but you know what? It's a good joke. I'm sticking by it. So, heading through here, avoiding shriek bats, but getting hit by the zoomers. That's an important step. You have to make sure you're hit by the zoomers. Alright, bombs will take those out. Alright. So, I kind of didn't really talk about it, but I've been showing it a lot. You can actually jump in morph ball mode as long as you place a bomb below yourself. Oop, that was close. I almost landed that acid down below. But, continuing onwards to the right, making sure that you get hit by that thing too, we can access a save room to save our progress, but I'm not going to save my progress. I'm actually going to continue heading to the right and obtain a missile tank. But let's see if we can continue heading to the right. And it seems we can. We've reached a dead end. So, the only thing we can do is head back. But now we have a total of 25 missiles, which is pretty nice to have, especially at this point in the game. So, let's see. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of backtracking in this game, for those of you who aren't aware of what Metroid is probably best known for. A lot of people don't like that about the series, but that's actually one of the things I really enjoy about it. I really like the fact that you have to go back to previous areas once you have new items and weapons at your disposal. It really makes the world feel more alive and interconnected. Doesn't make it seem like just an obstacle in terms of video game standards. It's literally a world that's connected, and you can't do something if you don't have the right weaponry for it. So I'm taking a little bit of abuse here by needlessly walking into enemies, so I may have to be a little bit more careful coming up, because I still haven't technically saved yet, so I don't want to die. Now you may be asking why we're heading back to the room where we first saw the King Worm. Well, that's because we can actually get past this room a little bit further now that we have our morph ball bombs. So blowing up that crevice there, we can continue pressing onward. I hate these little beetle things that constantly come up through these various holes in the ground. I usually forget about their existence. Well, sorry, you guys can probably hear that on the microphone. As I mentioned before, I don't have a soundproof room. Seems we're being watched. That must be the mother brain that we heard about in the manual to the game. So the mother brain is kind of an organic supercomputer, if you will. It's kind of the leader of the space pirates, and is definitely in control of all the security systems and whatnot on planet Zebes here. But it seems she's aware of our presence, so we should probably be a little more careful. So we've taken our first steps into the Norfair region, and my predictions were correct. It does seem to be a bit hotter as we're closer to the core of the planet, so there's going to be a bit of lava around. We actually can't reach that missile tank just yet because we can't quite jump high enough. So that one will be taunting us for a little while, but hopefully we'll be able to obtain it soon enough. So we actually can't jump high enough for this ledge either. Would surely be nice if we had some sort of item that let us do that. Come on, you can do it, game. I've been right about this sort of stuff before. But I don't see any items right away. So we'll just head onwards through the outer crust. We've reached a new area, Crateria. Wait a second. You guys smell that? I smell that. There's a secret here. I know it. I can sniff it. I don't see anything. Wait. There it is. Missile tanks. My nose never lies. So, we can actually blow up this little rock here and expose some weaker elements of stone that we can break through. All it takes to kill those fish enemies are a single rocket to the face. But yes, so we can't actually progress too far in the Norfair region just yet, even though that Chozo statue said that that's probably where we need to head next. So we're going to have to make a short detour to the outer crust of Zebes, otherwise known as Crateria. Can't seem to blow that block up. But we'll just keep going where we can. Once again, we can't blow those rocks up. Would be nice though, I'd like to have those missiles. Unknown item. That sounds ominous. What does our suit have to say about that? Analysis inconclusive. Item incompatible with current suit. Well, as long as it's not dangerous to our suit in any way, I'm alright with that. But it seems that with this item in our possession, we somehow have the ability to destroy these stone blocks that we otherwise couldn't. So, now we can reach that missile tank. Pretty nice. And now we should be able to blow up this rock area here. Oh, jump, hold right. Wait for this block to respawn here. Okay. So it seems we can't really do anything up here, but we can head to the left. Head up a couple stone columns. I really like the architecture of this area. It's really nice. The Chozo definitely have a stylistic choice that I agree with. Well, poop. Seems we're stuck. We certainly can't jump up high enough for that. But there's actually a destructible wall here. So we can actually jump up through here, use our morph ball to access areas that we couldn't before. Kind of a theme of this area, it seems. But you're actually going to have to be fast and hold the left side of the wall here. And we're introduced to another permanent power-up, the Power Grip. Now the Power Grip basically just allows us to hold on to the edge of ledges, which I feel like is a really basic thing in a platformer game. That should definitely be something that Samus should have access to at the very start of the game, if you ask me. I mean, the kid from Tesla Grad could grab ledges from day one, but Samus, with her super strength and her power suit, don't have the strength to lift herself up. I mean, I guess the power suit is heavy, but still, with the enhanced strength of the suit and her natural strength, I feel like she should have had the abilities to grab ledges before this. But I digress. Anyways, you may be wondering why we're just finding random power-ups along the ground here. Like, that doesn't really seem to make too much sense. But if you notice, all these areas are Chozo related. They're Chozo statues. Planet Zebes was the home planet that Samus grew up on, and the Chozo raised her there. So, they had a civilization here. Meaning that they left behind relics for her. Because the Chozo also had a prophecy. they somehow saw the future and knew that Samus would one day save the galaxy, which is why they gave her parts of their DNA and also trained her from such an early age and entrusted her with the power suit, knowing that she would need that power in order to save the galaxy. So, the power suit wasn't quite complete in its natural state, so they had to leave behind power-ups for her to access at a later date. But it seems we've come full circle. We even reached the area where Samus parked her ship in order to first enter the area. Although, fun fact, if you noticed, we needed the power grip in order to get into the Brinstar area. In fact, she would have had to come through this very area in order to start the game. Like, that's a really weird spot to start the game up in Brinstar, if you think about it. If she didn't have the power grip before, how did she get there in the first place? So it's a bit of a little loophole, in my opinion. Again, another reason why the power grip should have just been a starting power-up. But, oh well. Errors are errors, right? Another error that I seem to notice, or perhaps it's an error on the other piece of medium that I'm about to talk about, is that there's actually a two-part manga of Metroid. It talks about the backstory of Samus. And if you recall, at the very start of this game, Samus, in the opening little dialogue, states that this is her first mission on planet Zebes, which actually isn't true if you consider the manga to be canon. Which I guess is probably one reason why some people don't consider the manga to be canon, because, I don't know, some people say it gets a few things wrong. I haven't really noticed too many things off about the manga, but I definitely am not sure if I would consider it canon just because of the way they portray a particular character in the series. Without giving away anything too specific, it's a character that doesn't normally speak, and doesn't seem like they have the capability to speak. Yet the manga gives them dialogue as if they can speak naturally. So that's a little off-putting in my opinion. But guys, I think we made a bit of progress in today's episode, so I think I'm going to call it here. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next episode. Remember to have a blessed day, and I'll see you then.